Shalom everyone. Do you know that the 22 letters that make up the Hebrew alphabet are all consonants?
Okay, but in that case, how did they manage to read?
Actually, originally, vowels were not used in writing in Semitic languages. However, over time 3 letters began to be used to indicate the sounds a, e, o, u.
Oh really? And how were they used then?
We will look at this later, but first let us remind you of the role of consonants and vowels. Joseph, can you tell us?
With pleasure. In fact, consonants are made up of letters that create sounds through the action of the mouth. For example, by pinching the lips for the P, or sticking the tongue to the palate for the T.
Note that these sounds are called consonances, so to remember, you can keep in mind that consonances equals consonants.
Whereas, vowels are the sounds that come from the vocal cords. So then, how do they produce sounds?
Well, they produce a different sound which is related to the opening of the mouth, for example, wide open for the sound ah, or more closed for the sound e, or the lips forward for the sounds a, or a, and the lips forming an o, for the sounds o, or u.
On the other hand, for vowels, the mouth must be open and nothing must obstruct the airflow because the sounds are emitted directly from the vocal cords.
That's why vowels produce vocalic sounds. We can talk about vocalizations. Vocalizations are an exercise practiced in singing lessons. So in order to remember, we can retain vocalizations equals vowels.
So, consonants emit small sounds such as te, se, pe, re, ke, etc.
They hold the air, in one way or another, to emit sound effects.
Yes, and it is said that they carry the vowels, which on the contrary, need to release the air in order to emit a sound.
In fact, it can be said this way: the vowel produces the vocalized sound which will be transformed by the consonant to personalize the emitted sound. As mentioned before, we ended up using 3 letters to express the vowels a, e, o, u. These letters are called the Mater Lectionis, or Mater Lectionis.
In fact, in Latin language, this term literally means mother of reading.
You are right to point it out. Indeed, the term mother of reading refers to these letters because of their fundamental role is to nourish or guide the reading, allowing the reader to identify the missing vowels in a text that is mainly consonantal.
We can say that they support reading as a mother supports her child, thus facilitating the understanding of the correct pronunciation of the word.
It's a beautiful metaphor indeed. Okay, now, these 3 letters are thus both consonants and vowels. They are the letters he, vav, yod.
And each has a special function, doesn't it?
Exactly. The he was most often used at the end of a word, often serving as the sound ah, although we were not present to claim to know the vowels it could express. Anyway, today it can carry all vowels.
The letter vav originally produced a wow sound. It wasn't a v, as it is today, and this is still the case in the Arabic language.
Finally, the drift of this consonant, already highly vocalized, ended up serving as a vowel for the sounds o and u. And the last one, the yod, which produces the ye sounds in which a slight I is heard, ended up serving as Mater Lectionis to indicate the sound e.
However, it is evident that the letter Alèph also serves as a vowel. It's hard to imagine that it ever really served as a consonant, yet it is said that it once had a consonant sound. However, the Arabs use it as a vowel, the Greeks also considered it a vowel, and the Romans followed their example. This is the reason why we use it for the vowel a today.
A good example to illustrate this is the word for father, which is av in Hebrew and ab in Arabic. In reality, the only consonant sound it might have had is one that sometimes acts as a brief break, creating a clear separation between sounds. In fact, this distinction should rather be an expression of how Alèph is pronounced according to different regional influences or accents. Anyway, in Hebrew, that is indeed what it produces. It cuts off sounds when placed at the beginning of a syllable.
Yes, but in that case it must be specified that it always carries a vowel, because when it does not carry one it is considered silent.
And to clearly illustrate this, here are some examples. Doran, Can you pronounce them so we can hear a correct pronunciation?
Yes, of course. מאמין, משאלה, ראשון.
Thank you, Doran. Now it's Miriam's turn so we can hear another voice and another pronunciation.
Okay, hello everyone. So, מאמין, משאלה, ראשון.
What if we asked Shira too?
Okay, let's go. מאמין, משאלה, ראשון.
Okay, now let's analyze this. Ma'amin is a conjugated verb meaning to believe. In this word, the Alèph is placed after the syllable ma, and it clearly marks a break between the syllable ma and the rest of the word, and we can notice that it carries the vowel a. Another example is mish-ala, which means wish. Here, the Alèph is in the middle of the word, starting the syllable al, and there is a slight break between the syllable mish and the rest of the word ala. Similarly, we can see that it carries a Qamatz. However, for the word rishon, which means first, there is no break. Here the Alèph is located between ri and shan, and if you look closely, you will see that it carries no vowel. The vowel is under the resh. In this case the Alèph is silent.
Yes, it's important to remember that indeed. But we can also add the letter Ayin to the Mater Lectionis because in modern Hebrew, it has lost much of its consonants.
Sure, just like the Alèph, when the letter Ayin is at the beginning of a syllable, it slightly cuts off the sound, although sometimes, a bit less than the Alèph.
And of course in that case it also carries a vowel.
Here are some examples where the letter Ayin slightly cuts the sound between syllables, in the same way as the Alèph but a little less marked. Doran, can you read them?
מעבר, רע, מעשה, שמע, צמא.
We can clearly hear a slight break in the sound between syllables when the Ayin carries a vowel, but it is not really pronounced when it doesn't. I say it is not really pronounced because it's somewhat different from the Alèph. Indeed, the Alèph, when it doesn't carry a vowel, it is not pronounced at all, whereas in some cases, the Ayin can be pronounced very slightly, even when it does not carry a vowel, especially among purists of the language.
So now we can add 2 letters to our list of Mater Lectionis.
As a result we can say that today, there are not 3 but 5 letters that are similar to vowels, and these letters are Alèph, He, Vav, Yod, Ayin.
Let's add that there are several modes of writing with the addition of Mater Lectionis and writing without this addition. For example, the name David can be written without this addition, or with it.
But the story doesn't end there. We must also mention a method that came even later, the Masoretic system. You know, those small diacritical marks found especially in biblical texts.
This system was developed by scholars during the Middle Ages, at the end of the 1st century BC, by the Masoretes, who came from the Masorah.
Masorah literally means tradition.
Exactly. It just involves adding little dots or tiny accent marks above, below, and beside the letters.
Note that several signs are used for the same vowel. The reason for this is that there are differences in pronunciation. But we're not going to burden ourselves with these differences which are not really in use anymore, except of course for the purists.
So for the vowel a, 3 signs are used, the Qamatz, the Pata'h, and the Hataf Pata'h.
So when you encounter one of these 3 signs, you'll know it's an odd sound.
Well, tradition likes to complicate things, and indeed, there is an exception for the Qamatz. In fact, in some rare cases, it is pronounced O.
In this case we name it Qamatz Katan.
However, we won't go into too much explanation here, just a piece of information to keep in mind.
The vowel a, which can be pronounced a or is written with 3 signs.
The Tséré, the Ségol, and the Hataf Ségol.
And for the vowel I, which in Hebrew is pronounced e, what vowels are used?
We are using the Hiriq and the Hiriq Yod.
And for the vowel o, what vowels should we use?
The Holam, which is written with a point above the letter, or the Holam Vav.
There is also the Qamatz which we have already seen. It also serves as the vowel o.
Yes, that's true, but there is also the Hataf Qamatz, which is written with 2 dots followed by a Qamatz.
This makes 4 different ways to write the vowel O. Okay, now, the vowel U, meanwhile, is written in 2 ways, the Kibbutz, which is written with 3 dots below the letter, and the Hiriq, which is written with the Mater Lectionis, vav, to which we add a point placed to the left of the letter.
And the last one, the shéva, which is written with 2 dots like this, is a bit particular.
Yes, because it is supposed to indicate the absence of a vowel, which means that it remains silent, so we just don't pronounce it. However, there are exceptions. Indeed, at the beginning of a word, it is almost always pronounced.
Yes, and in this case, it is a vowel, a.
For example, with the word besader, the shéva is pronounced because the letter beth is at the beginning of the word. And it's also the case when it starts a syllable. For example, with the conjugated verb, temareri. The word contains 4 syllables, te, ma, re, ri. The shéva is just under the letter resh at the beginning of a syllable, so it is pronounced.
And in fact, for this particular word, it's not the only reason that it is also pronounced. Why? Because it is under the first letter of 2 identical letters. Indeed, when the shéva is under the first letter of 2 identical letters, it is also pronounced. Another situation, when 2 shēvas follow each other, the first is silent and the second is pronounced. Why? Well, simply because the first is used to close a syllable, while the second opens the following syllable.
Example with the word misdaran, the first shéva is not pronounced while the following one, which starts a syllable, is pronounced. On the other hand, the shéva is silent when it closes a syllable. Example with the word hamsa. The word is composed of 3 syllables, ham, sa, ah, and the shéva under the letter mem is silent because it closes the syllable ham. And also with the word talmud, where the shéva is just under the letter lamed, which closes the syllable tal. In this case, it is not pronounced.
It becomes clearer now that the role of the shéva therefore depends on its position in the word. Well, that's it for today. This lesson is quite comprehensive, but if you need to go deeper, you can do so by visiting our website or by continuing your studies with our books. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit like, and definitely think about subscribing and clicking on the little bell to be notified about the latest video. Bye bye.